All right. I've been running around doing errands, and I'm gonna have to do some walk and talks to get some videos out. Uh, so this is for Swag Silly. He responded talking about how he wanted to go travel outside the U.S. And I've got some comments for you directly revolving around that. If you haven't traveled around the U.S., I would try that first, especially if you're doing it with not a lot of money. If you're going overseas, you need to have, this is what you need to have. You need to have a way to get back to the U.S. And whether that's money stashed in a bank in the U.S., whether that's somebody in the U.S. who will help you get home, that'll work. What you don't want to be doing is being stuck in the Philippines thinking you're just going to figure it out by your charisma is going to get you a plane ticket back to the U.S. It's probably not what's going to happen. You're probably just going to end up being homeless in the Philippines and not having a great time. Also need to consider knowing the language where you're going, at least some of it. If you don't know anything, you might have a bad time depending on what country you go to. You need to do some research, figure out what you're getting yourself into as well. That's a big step, particularly if you're not taking a lot of money with you or you don't have a way to get back. So just be careful with that. Think about going overseas real hard, because you're going to be chilling in the jungle somewhere, smoking a joint with the locals, thinking you're having the coolest time of your life, and all of a sudden their version of the federales comes walking out of the forest and you're facing life in prison. Or you get in a fight. Some local is being a punk and you get into a fight with them. You might be in the right. You might not, hurt them. You might punch them in the face a few times. You might be fully justified in doing so, but it doesn't matter, because you're in the Philippines. The guy you just punched is a Filipino. He speaks the language. He knows the judge. He knows the cops. And all the locals know him and not you. Guess who's going to jail? It's going to be you. So be real careful going overseas. Traveling can be hard in the United States. If you don't have a lot of money, depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it, you can face some pretty tough challenges here. So think long and hard before you decide you're going to go overseas. Because for all the faults of America right now, all the problems we have, we're still in a lot better situation than most people around the world in general, both financially and legally, socially. We got problems. We got problems for sure. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that other countries don't have things that are better than here in the United States. They absolutely do in some cases, some situations. But you might not necessarily know those. You might not know the downsides. Whereas in the U.S., you pretty much know what the score is if you live here. So be careful going overseas. But if you're going to do it smart, if you're going to take the time to research, you're going to make the effort to learn some of the language, you're going to have enough money to get there and a plan to get back, a return ticket, somebody who's got your back if the worst comes to worst, then do it, absolutely. Like, go somewhere. There's somewhere that's amazing, that's safe enough, and just, behave appropriately, because you're definitely a visitor when you go to a foreign country. You're a visitor, in a lot of communities in the United States, but you go overseas, you're the visitor, and you're going to be expected to act a certain way, and you better figure it out before you go. That's really all I got to say about that. I have friends who've traveled everywhere, from countries you've never heard of to countries that you would never think to go to. Most of them had a good time. They all learned something. Some of them had bad times. Some of them went to prison. Some of them were assaulted in various ways. It's a little bit more serious when you go overseas. You gotta take that as it comes, but it's definitely worth doing if you're smart about it. But that's with everything in life, and especially and traveling in the U.S. If you don't want to pay attention, you don't want to Try to work with the locals and try to like get in where you fit in, you know. You want to be the pain in the butt. You want to be the gear that needs the grease. You're gonna get it here too. So, you know, it's pretty much everywhere you go. You gotta be cool, not make a stink. You're gonna make it a little bit of a stink just existing, but don't make it worse. Don't make it extra. Don't create problems for people. Don't be that guy. And things will go better for you. You know, you're gonna find out no matter how you act. If you travel anywhere, especially with not a lot of money, especially if you look like one of those people, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt to begin with. You're going to get watched when you're in stores. People are going to be less friendly towards you. You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. I got banned from, well, I'll do that story another time. But just understand, you're not getting the benefit of the doubt if you're quote unquote homeless. If you don't have a local address or a local hotel room, you're the out group. And so you really got to mind your P's and Q's. Now there's circumstances where that's not the case. Downtown LA being one of them. You might have more rights being homeless than if you are a resident. But that's a temporary situation, and it's going to vary by judge and prosecutor and your criminal history and the way you behave and everything else. Things are tightening up. A lot of people are just sick and tired of the bump camps and getting assaulted, just, you know, trying to walk their dog, or the messes, the sidewalk poo, all that stuff. People are tired of it. They don't want their kids seeing somebody hunched over on fentanyl when they walk to school. They don't want to see syringes laying in the gutter. And if they associate you with that, fair or not, it definitely puts an extra burden on you. And it definitely is kind of a handicap for the rest of us who aren't like that. So don't be that guy. You're not getting the benefit of the doubt. Be smart about things. That's everything in life right now. You don't have a lot of room to make mistakes. Not knowing the law isn't an excuse, right or wrong. And so you want to try to minimize the hassles. Sometimes you got to go out on a limb. Sometimes, I hate to say it, but there's been a couple of times where I left a piece of trash somewhere where I shouldn't have left it. I didn't have a way to carry it. But you minimize that as much as possible, and you try to make up for your weaknesses by helping out where you can. When you can, pick up some extra trash. Clean up another bum spot. Don't just leave everything. I know you can't pick up every piece of trash that people leave. Don't try doing that either. It'll drive you insane. But don't be a net negative to the communities you're in. Local, foreign, cross country, doesn't matter. But the thing is, you do that because it's the right thing to do, right? You also do that because when it really comes down to it, the best thing that you can carry with you, the best thing you can do to maximize the quality of your life and the end of your life, when you're thinking about God, when you're thinking about what's going to happen next, when you think about what am I leaving behind, what you don't want to do is be one of those people who looks in the mirror and goes, what a dirtbag. I've been there before. I've been in a place where I didn't like who I saw in the mirror, and that's a horrible place to be. It's not someone you want to be. It's not a way you want to live. And people pick up on that. If you don't like yourself, nobody else is going to want to hang out with you. Nobody's going to want to talk to you. Same goes for if you're behaving poorly. If you're the guy leaving trash, if you're the guy harassing girls, you can still try to flirt with women, but be appropriate. Don't be a jackass about it. Again, you're not getting the benefit of the doubt. And you flirt with somebody too young, You flirt inappropriately or aggressively, all of a sudden people are going to put attention on you. People are going to start trying to figure out how to get rid of you. You're going to get less money if you're trying to beg. You're going to have less people try to give you gifts. People are watching. I'm camping at a spot right now. I'm picking up trash. The people that are watching me are leaving. They're walking by my campsite trying to see if I'm leaving trash, and they're dropping stuff out of their pockets because it's stuff that I don't use or carry. But I'm picking up their trash. But they're watching me. I know they're walking by. That's why they're there. I'm in a kind of an out-of-way spot. They're not walking by my little spot to go hiking. So you're under a microscope, right or wrong, fair or not. So you've got to act right. You got to try to minimize the disturbances you cause, and try to be cool. If you don't, it's gonna bite you in the butt, and it's not gonna be as much fun. And everybody's gonna notice, and they're gonna treat you accordingly. So don't be that guy. Be cool. Be smart. The world's gonna keep spinning. You don't have to have all the money today. You don't have to find your wife today. Tomorrow's gonna come for just about everybody. It's not gonna happen to everybody every day, but most of us are gonna wake up tomorrow. It's gonna be another day. It's gonna be another opportunity to do something different, to get what you want, to take care of life. So be that guy that remembers tomorrow's gonna come, and you gotta be cool. It'll make it better. That's it for now. Got another video to make. Later, buddy.